Okay. Hello, hello, and good evening, good day, good morning, depending on when you are watching and listening in to the stream, the podcast that we have going on tonight. It is a beautiful, beautiful Monday evening right here in Chesapeake, Virginia, within the US of A. And I just want to welcome everyone on board. I know we're just going live on Facebook, and for all of you Facebookers out there, because we're doing live video right now, and for those of you listening in by way of podcast or streaming, you might be thinking, okay, well, what's going on? She's on various platforms, and that's absolutely correct. We have video, live video going on. We also have the podcast streaming as we speak. So I want to welcome each and every one of you out there on Facebook right now. I'm going to definitely go ahead and check the audio, make sure that we're good on the timeline. We're doing something new, okay? We're doing something new. I normally do my podcast. You normally just see the podcast version, the audio live stream on Facebook, but we're doing video because I know video, a lot of people like to engage via video, live video, and so that's the reason why we're trying this out. And of course, if all goes well, we'll be consistent with it as well as far as doing these particular videos, okay? And this still is the Leadership TKO Night Show / stream. And so we're doing it video style as well as podcast, because right now we're also live on Spreaker. We're live on iHeartRadio, as well as over at the Leadership TKO Station.com's website as well. And I just want to welcome everybody here. We have a new and exciting series. But before I dive into the series, what I normally like to do is I normally like to do a watch party as well. I like to practice what I preach, because there are some things that I encourage you to do in order to remain actively engaged while we're here, a part of the stream, okay? And so let me go ahead and check a few things, make sure that we're good right now. And it looks like we're pretty good, okay? It looks like we're good. Let me go ahead again, start this watch party. And I normally go live. I do a live in a special group amongst business women. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing going. I'm going to type in join me now as I am live with the podcast / stream. Okay, we're doing something different. Okay, something different, something a bit more engaging. Okay, and so we're going to make sure we can hear everything good. And it sounds like it's pretty good to me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and greet the ladies there. Good evening. Okay. Good evening, ladies. For those of you who are watching. All right. This is the video version of the podcast, the Leadership TKO Night Show, the podcast. And this is actually being listened to in over 20 countries around the world. We have people from Italy, people from Portugal, people from China, South Africa, Nigeria, people from all over the world that tunes in to the Leadership TKO Night Show. And now we have the video version, okay? So welcome aboard, everyone, and we're going to try to be as consistent as possible with this podcast here. Now, if you're not familiar with Leadership TKO, we always encourage you to visit our website, which is www.leadershiptko.com. That's where you can find more information, because it's our mission with myself and the team. It's our mission to empower leaders like yourself with the ability to win, okay? We want to win together from the inside out, growing your influence, your impact, and your income. Those are 3 things we want to help you to grow: your influence, your impact, and your income. And so I have some grand news. We have a brand new series, and I thought that, hey, let's go ahead and do the live video as we're launching this brand new series. We're going to be talking about how to really build the network marketing pro and the business, okay? So we're working on enhancing and growing the network marketing professional as well as the business of network marketing. So for those of you who are in the e-commerce space, maybe you are in the MLM space, or just, of course, a network marketer. You could be an independent distributor, right? With a company, an affiliate with another company. We welcome you, because a lot of the content that we're going to be going over this series, and let me tell you, this is actually a year-long series. So I know that you're going to find the content very valuable. And so there are a couple of ways in which you can become engaged here. So number 1, do me a quick favor. Love this stream if you are a network marketer and an MLMer, right? Or if you are in the e-commerce space and you want to grow yourself as a leader and grow your network marketing business. Go ahead and love this stream tonight, okay? Love the stream, love the podcast, wherever you're listening in from. Go ahead and hit the love button. Number two, here's a second way to be engaged, and that is by leaving a comment below for those of you who are a part of the stream or a part of the watch party. And even if you're listening in on the podcast version, you can leave a message still. Leave a message in the comment section. It can be a blessing to those who are listening, right? Or those who are watching, for those of you who are viewing the live stream as we speak. And then, of course, we have the share button. Now, that share button is like a domino effect. We can reach the masses together. We can build leaders together by simply you clicking on that share button, sharing it on your timeline, group, fan page, in a direct message, all of the above, okay? And so, listen, I would love to hear from you. Any, of course, questions that you have, post them below. And even if I don't get to them live as we are here together, I always go back and I read through the questions and the comments and I respond, okay? I do respond. So this is the beginning of a new series. We're focusing in once again on those of you who are part of the MLM space, those of you who may be, e-commerce professionals. Maybe you are affiliates or independent distributors, a part of a company. It could be the jewelry space. It could be the health and wellness space. I'm here to help you to succeed in this realm. And this is being brought to you because I've had people request more tips and strategies on how to really overcome objections, and tips and strategies on how to really duplicate, right? Get people to do the same things that you are doing, or at least we're supposed to be doing. And we're going to talk more about that as well. Okay. I have amazing mentors, amazing leaders that I'm connected to, and they've taught me a lot. And I've actually been a part of this industry for some time. I want to say since 2001, 2002, but I became serious about this industry, I want to say about 3 or 4 years ago. And I'm going to share, usually towards the end of the podcast, I share a little bit about the e-commerce company that I'm plugged into. But for now, I want to really dive into the first tip for tonight, okay? Let's go ahead and dive into it. So the first tip that I'm going to talk to you about, the title really, is finding a company with the product or the service that you're passionate about. Again, finding the company. This really will help those of you who are not plugged in, okay, to a company at all. All right. So understand something. When you're finding a company, first of all, let's back up a little bit and realize that network marketing, e-commerce, MLMs, of course, there are slight differences between all of them. Okay, now I bunched them all together for this new series because these tips can still help you. But there are slight differences between all three of them. All right, now for those who may be connected to the e-commerce company that I'm plugged into, we have a network marketing component, but it's not required. Okay, it's an optional component to it. All right, and then there are other opportunities where you have no choice but to do the network marketing proportion or that component in order to really bring in money. All right. So with MLMs, of course, multi-level marketing, that's really all that stands for. Multi-level marketing. And when you are plugged into an e-commerce company, you are a direct seller within an organization, they're still going to have that element of multi-level marketing because you can get paid in multiple different ways. And that's why the one thing that bugs me sometimes, and we're going to talk about this more in the upcoming days, is a lot of people like to shy away from MLMs, and it's because of bad experience. A lot of people had bad experiences. They feel that they couldn't make money. They feel that, there's all types of things. And I'm not even going to go into the conglomerate of different excuses and different reasonings that people give. But I've been a part of different opportunities in different industries. And one thing that I'm going to share with you, actually a couple of things, about finding the right company that has the best product or service that you're passionate about, really has to align with your mission in life. What are your values? What are your beliefs? Look deeply into the company. Find out what the mission of the founder is. Okay. Learn about the founder of that company and make sure that, his beliefs or his values and what he truly stands for is in alignment with what you truly stand for as a leader. That is essential. Okay. That is essential. And I'm going to have to honestly say that's the reason why I left some of those other companies, because the leadership was not strong. Okay, it was not strong at all. And so you definitely want to check into that when you're making a decision. But when it all boils down to it, you're trying to find the company that has the product you're most passionate about. You want to look into these elements when it comes to the product. Okay, here is number one. Is the product valuable? Is it valuable? Okay, I know some people ask, well, Lakeisha, how do I know if something is valuable or not? In other words, is it a product that's in demand? Are many people seeking it out? Okay, is it something that everybody really wants, and to a degree, many people need? Okay, so you want to look at that. Is it valuable? Something that people must have, like they just have to have it because it solves a need. Okay, it solves a need. It addresses a pain area. It addresses, of course, an area of pleasure. It has to be something valuable. Number two, is that product consumable? Is the product consumable? Meaning, can you get access to it quickly and can you utilize it? Can you liquidize it? Meaning, can you quickly get rid of it if need be? Not that you will really be looking to get rid of it, but can you quickly liquidize it or get rid of it, or of course get whatever value you can get from it? Is it consumable, easily consumable? So you want to think about that for yourself. Can you quickly utilize it? Okay, utilize it for its original purpose, whatever it may be. So if you're in the health and wellness space, can you quickly utilize those pills or that milkshake or whatever it is that you're offering a part of that space? If you're in the e-commerce space, for those of us who are wealth builders, can you quickly liquidize the asset, which we know the foundation for the e-commerce company we're plugged into is gold, right? And we can easily liquidize gold because we can go to a pawn shop. We can go anywhere where people buy gold. Okay, there's a whole lot of stores everywhere where they say we buy gold, and you can quickly liquidize it and get fiat currency or paper money for it if that's what you need. So is it easily consumable? Number three, does it have high quality? Okay, for those of you who are in the boutique or clothing spaces, the quality of the clothing, very, very good. Okay, or is it cheap material? Let's just be honest. Okay, is it high value? Meaning that, you really can't get this anywhere else but with you. Is it highly valuable? And I have to bring it back to the e-commerce company I'm plugged into, the money system that I'm plugged into when it comes to gold, which is one of our assets, because our product, a part of the wealth building system or money system that I have, is money. It's gold. Okay? Is gold highly valuable? Absolutely. There are states and countries right now actually seeking to make gold currency. The primary means of being able to exchange goods and services with right now, because they're not trusting the US dollar as we speak. Many countries are moving away from the dollar. They're retreating, not wanting to use it any longer as legal tender. And so that's why, for example, gold is extremely valuable. And we know the value of gold has increased throughout the years, right? Think about it. Back in 2011, gold used to be somewhere around $1,100 an ounce. And so even today, it has gone up tremendously to the point where, it even reached $1,500 or a little bit over $1,500 an ounce. So the value, there's so much value, for example, when it comes to gold. Now think about that when it comes to a product that you're considering within a network marketing company. Point number 4 that you want to look at when it comes to making a decision is the product patented, okay, or is it exclusive to that company? Okay, is the product exclusive to that particular company? You want to look at that because here's the thing. You get plugged into a company, right? Say, for example, you get plugged into a company and another company can quickly rise up and create that same product, or someone can go to a department store and get that very same product. Would you believe that it's really exclusive to that network marketing company that you plugged into? If other potential customers can go somewhere else to get your product, then it is not exclusive. that means there's a lot of competition, and people will begin to question whether they should choose your company or whether they should go back down to that department store or another company and get that product. That's why when I always talk about gold, for example. I tell people, I said, look, a lot of people, they can go to different places online, try to look up different places about gold. And you even get some people that say, well, isn't it cheaper, to get your gold from somewhere else? Now, I'm not really specifically making fun of any particular company out there or any online site, but you really need to do your research and your homework when it comes to that. Compare and contrast. And that's what I often do, because when I tell people about gold, I let them know, I say, hey, look, all right, a lot of these websites, a lot of these companies out here, they'll tell you that the price of the gold is this or a specific cost, right? But then they don't factor in that you have to get a certain number or a certain amount of that gold at one time to get that particular value. It's not factoring in, and it doesn't really tell you the real cost, because when you go to the next screen, the price shifts and it increases. Okay, it increases. So you're not truly getting, for example, the gold at that amount when what is being shown on the website. You have to get a whole bunch at one time, and it's not factoring the real cost, the real amount. And I tell people, when it comes to this e-commerce company, this money system that many of us are plugged into, listen, it's the best cost of gold on the market with this money system. Okay, best cost, and it's exclusive to this e-commerce company. Because here's the thing, with this e-commerce company, and I have to make this last point about it, is that it comes in various formats. You can get what we call cash gold, which looks like a dollar bill, right? And I'll probably show you in some other streams that we conduct for those of you who are on the live stream version, right? The video stream. But it looks like a bill, a dollar bill. It looks like it, but it's not a dollar, okay? It looks like a dollar bill, but it has 24 karat gold embedded in the middle of it. It does. And it's amazing. 24 karat gold embedded. And that's cash gold. But then we also have what we call classic gold, which is like a card. It either will look like a black card, or it would be, depending on the type of gold you have, it'll be a black card or it will be a gold card. And again, it also depends on how many grams of gold is embedded in the card. So for example, if you have a 5-gram card, it may be the gold card, and it may have 5 grams embedded in the middle of it. And it's unique to the e-commerce company simply because the hologram on the backside, the official certificate on the backside, were actually approved by the London Bullion Market Association. Okay, they verified that the gold offered by this money system, e-commerce company, right? It is real and it is authentic. It's the real deal. Okay, so that's what makes the gold that the money system shares, right, exclusive to this e-commerce company. You can't get it anywhere else. And then you also qualify for free gold. So I'm not even going to go into that right now. You qualify for free gold when you're plugged into this money system. So it makes it amazing. Where are you going to get free gold? Where are you going to get free gold? Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Okay? Gold is money. And so that's what you want to look at. You want to look at, is the product patented, and is it exclusive to that company only? And here is the fifth and the final point about finding a company with the product or service that you're passionate about. You want to look at whether you're going to be using the product. Will you use the product often? For example, for those of you who are in the clothing space, right? Are you going to be wearing the clothing yourself often? Or if you're in the health and wellness space, will you be using the milkshakes or the tea, whatever it may be? Are you going to be using that often? Okay, so you want to be able to make sure you're able to use it often. And I have to tell you this, with the money system, it's money. You need money to get products and services. So for example, we educate people about money and wealth building, right? And so I'm going to talk to you more about that in just a second. But again, let's just quickly review those 5 points again that you're going to want to look at when making a decision, finding a company where, with the product or service that you're passionate about that product or service. Number 1, is the product valuable? Number 2, is it easily consumable? Number 3, is it of high quality? Number 4, is it patented or exclusive to that particular company? And then number 5, would you consistently be using the product? That is really going to help you to make a decision as to which network marketing, MLM, or e-commerce company you're going to plug into. And that's what has helped me and over 750,000 people around the world make a decision to choose the e-commerce company based out of Germany, right? We chose the money system because everybody needs money. And the dollar that we thought was money is not money. Okay? It's a Federal Reserve note, a promissory note. And without me going into the history extensively, I'll tell you this: do your homework and find out what a Federal Reserve note is. Because back in the day, we used to be able to exchange that dollar for the tier 1 asset called gold that we've been talking about during the stream. But President Nixon, former President Nixon, removed the gold standard, severed that relationship, and so we no longer can exchange the gold or the dollar for the gold. So you're stuck with receipts. So the dollar is nothing more than a receipt that has lost 98% of its original value, which means that every dollar that you get from your job, every dollar that you get from customers, a part of your business, right, is only truly worth 3 cents. That's it. It's only worth 3 cents. So how long are you going to continue to stack something that doesn't have much value? How long are you going to continue to stack debt notes? Because when you think you're stacking money, you're stacking debt. Okay, you're stacking debt. And so this is what we educate people on. Now, there's more where that came from, because trust me, that's only the tip of the iceberg when sharing information about money and wealth building. And so if you are someone who is tuning into this stream and you're like, man, Lakeisha, I need to learn more about this wealth building, because this is exactly what the wealthy do. Are you trying to become a millionaire by choice? Do you want to continue to hustle and grind for an extensive period of time? Or do you want to put yourself in position where you can achieve financial time and location freedom? You see, my husband and I, we made this decision 3 years ago that we wanted to become millionaires by choice. And we did it. We made it. We're accumulating assets, and we're sharing with people how to do the same. So it's really a decision. So for those of you who are watching the stream tonight, or maybe watching the replay, if you're listening in from another platform and you want to plug into this free money system, and yes, I said free, everything that we do is voluntary, where you will learn about money and you're going to learn about wealth building. And the beautiful thing is, if you have a LLC already, maybe you have, a corporation, you can actually plug your corporation or your LLC into this money system. So you can start building the net worth of your business at the same time. Last point that I'm going to make about this money system. See, a lot of companies won't let you pass down, of course, your business in a very strategic way to your children. You have to probably go through a formal process with that, right? But with the wealth building system, the money system that, my husband and I were plugged into, we can actually go into our back office, right? And we can enter in beneficiaries so that if something was to ever happen to us, our 2 children, who are ages 3 and 7, would be able to continue to reap the harvest. They will reap the harvest of this amazing thing that we've built. Assets, just like the ultra rich do. We're doing it, and we're helping people well over 400 people, 400 plus people off of Facebook right now is who we're mentoring to help them to build wealth. And we don't want to leave you out as well. So if you're someone who is watching this stream tonight, or maybe one of our other wealth building family members shared this stream with you, you're going to want to make sure you get back with them and ask them the question: how can you get plugged into this amazing wealth building system or money system so you can establish generational wealth for yourself, for your family, for your children, so your legacy can continue? You can pass this on. It's a willable part of your estate. Okay? You can't pass your job on to your kids, right? And there are certain things you just can't pass on, certain other things you can't pass on. So again, thank you so much for your time on tonight. Again, this is episode number 1, a part of this brand new series that we've started. And hopefully I can get some of your feedback Do you enjoy the video version of what we're doing? Let me know below for those of you who are watching the stream tonight. Do you prefer and do you enjoy the video version? Let me know for those of you who are on the Facebook stream. And for all others who are on the other platform, thank you so very much for tuning in live or to the replay. It's been an honor and a true privilege. And so until the next time that you and we come back together again, I do want to encourage you to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Good night, everyone, and God bless.